Hey, Pastor Steve Waldron here today. We're going to look at the Humanist Manifestos, number 1, 2, and 3. Humanist Manifesto number 1 came out in 1933. The second one came out in 1973. And the third one came out for the new millennium around the year 2000. Now you might ask, what is the Humanist Manifesto? Well, you know, you had the Communist Manifesto that came out in 1848. So what is that? That's 85 years later. You had the Humanist Manifesto come out. Let me just read some things. I've got it here on my iPad. It says the Manifesto, this is Humanist Manifesto 1, is a product of many minds. It was designed to represent a developing point of view, not a new creed. The individuals whose signatures appear would, had they been writing individual statements, have stated the propositions in differing terms. So, the time has come. Here's what it is. The time has come for widespread recognition of the radical changes in religious beliefs throughout the modern world. The time is past for mere revision of traditional attitudes. So you'd see they would hate conservatism. Science and economic change have disrupted the old beliefs. Religions the world over are under the necessity of coming to terms with new conditions created by vastly increased knowledge and experience. So they're saying you can't really believe any traditional religion because science has disproven it. Education has disproven it. Modern man. There is great danger of a final, and we believe fatal identification of the world religion with doctrines and methods which have lost their significance and which are powerless to solve the problem of human living in the 20th centuries. So, this fact explains the changefulness of religions through the centuries. But through all changes, religion itself remains constant in its quest for abiding values, an inseparable feature of human life. Today, man's larger understanding of the universe, his scientific achievements, and deeper appreciation of brotherhood have created a situation which requires a new statement of the means and purposes of religion. So, first, religious humanists regard the universe as self-existing and not created. So no creator God. So humanism, it believes in human self-potential apart from God. Human knowledge, human understanding apart from God. Nietzsche correctly understood that void was going to be filled by political power. And it always has. Because if you don't have Christian morality stopping people, then it's ambition and naked greed, covetousness, and the will to power. Second, humanism believes that man is a part of nature and that he is emerged as a part of continuous process. That is evolution, not created in the image of God. Holding an organic view of life, humanists find that the traditional dualism of mind and body must be rejected. So Cartesian dualism must be rejected. When I talk to apostolics now, they're like, yeah, we reject that too. They don't realize that they're saying that because their mind is organically developed, as Thomas Hobbes would say, that when your mind dies, when your body dies, your mind dies. So there can't be a heaven or a hell. There is no consciousness after death. That is what they're talking about. Fifth, humanism asserts that the nature of the universe depicted by modern science makes unacceptable any supernatural or cosmic guarantees of human values. Sixth, we are convinced, and I'm skipping some things, that the time has passed for theism, deism, modernism, and the several varieties of new thought. Seventh, the distinction between the sacred and the secular can no longer be maintained. So secular humanism is becoming, or has become, the religion of the government of the United States of America. Not the common people more, but the government. Eighth, religious humanism considers the complete realization of human personality the end of man's life and seeks its development and fulfillment in the here and now. This is the explanation of the humanist social passion. So if everybody can just learn 10 languages and blah, blah, how do you know what values are? Just whatever your human potential is. And they wouldn't believe in any type of sexual mores either, at all. Because it's the fulfillment of base passions, just like Epicureanism. So we'll skip over things. It is funny that 15th and last, it says, we assert humanism will affirm life rather than deny it, but then they kill people in abortion and other things. Seek and elicit the possibilities of life, on and so forth. So let's go. And it was signed like by John Dewey, who was considered to be the father of modern American education from Columbia University, from Columbia Teachers College. Also R. Lester Mondale. Yep, Walter Mondale's daddy. Minister, Unitarian Church, Evanston, Illinois. So let's look at Humanist Manifestos 2 and 3 really quick here. So it's been 40 years since Humanist Manifesto 1 appeared. Events since then make the earlier statement seem far too optimistic. Nazism has shown the depths of brutality of which humanity is capable. Other totalitarian regimes have suppressed human rights without ending poverty. Why didn't they just say communism, Leninism, Maoism? I know why, and you know why. So this was written by Paul Kurtz and Edwin H. Wilson. Traditional moral codes and newer rational codes both fail to meet the pressing needs of today and tomorrow. Notice traditional moral codes. False theologies of hope and messianic ideologies, substituting new dogmas for old, cannot cope with the existing world realities. So, we affirm a set of common principles. So, religion. Here's what it says about religion. Any account of nature should pass the test of scientific evidence. In our judgment, the dogmas and myths of traditional religions do not do so. Second, promises of immortal salvation or fear of eternal damnation are both illusory and harmful. So this is why in atheistic regimes they want to outlaw religion. They just totally outlaw it. Because they would say it's not only illusory, it's harmful. So promises of immortal salvation, if you say somebody's born again of water and spirit, fear of eternal damnation, are both illusory and harmful. They distract humans from present concerns, from self-actualization, and from rectifying social injustices. Modern science discredits such historic concepts as the ghost in the machine and the separable soul. Rather, science affirms that the human species is an emergence from natural evolutionary forces. So, as far as we know, the total personality is a function of the biological organism. So, traditional religions are surely not the only obstacles to human progress, but I find it interesting that they put it first. Third, ethics. We affirm that moral values derive their source from human experience. Ethics is autonomous and situational. So there's no absolutes, no 10 commandments. Autonomous, feels good, do it. Situational ethics, Joseph Fletcher. So any immoral thing might be moral depending on the circumstance. Democratic society, it's all bad, trust me. World community, humanity as a whole, get a copy of it. Again, tons of authors, signers, such as Isaac Asimov, Poole H. Beatty, Malcolm Bissell, Paul Blanchard, might know some of these names, Raymond R. Bragg. Many more signed this than signed on in 1933. Alan F. Guttmacher, president of Planned Parenthood Federation of America. You kind of see that. Maxine Green, professor, Teachers College, Columbia University. Paul Kurtz, editor of the Humanist magazine. So, of course we believe people should do everything God wants them to do, but, they're saying without God. B.F. Skinner, professor of psychology, Harvard University. Those of you that know about social engineering and cultural Marxism and cultural engineering, Waldron too, and B.F. Skinner, how to control the masses. My goodness, many other authors, additional signers here. And it's just got tons on there. So let's go to the Humanist Manifesto 3 again very quickly. The Humanist Manifesto 3, a successor to the Humanist Manifesto of 1933. All right. Well, let's just read a little bit of this. Humanism is a progressive philosophy of life that without supernaturalism, affirms our ability and responsibility to lead ethical lives of personal fulfillment that aspire to the greater good of humanity. Which means themselves. Kill everybody but themselves. I'm exaggerating there. But that does, sometimes that equals it. There's some honest humanist, honest atheist. And then there's some, they don't realize where it's leading to. They were taught atheism. So, there you have it. Situational ethics, morality, just kind of coming however they want it to come. Humanist Manifesto 1, 2, and 3. If you only knew the people in power that ascribe to this on a worldwide scale, it would frighten you. But God's bigger, and we're going to win because we get heaven regardless of what happens. God bless you in Jesus' name.